Hi everybody, I thought I'd go ahead and make one more quick video before I leave, and I just thought I would make a response to the I like it, what is it, contest video from Dan at Dots and Loops. I've been following him for a very long time, and I thought I would, participate and, send a little bit of support to him. Mostly what I'm going to show is CDs, because I was looking on, at an article at some albums that didn't rate very high when they were released, and after the fact that, that even sometimes they're not even received correctly now or whatever, So I'm just got a couple here, and then I'm gonna show a more recent one, So I have a couple of CDs here, and I'm gonna start with this one, Toto Isolation, and after 1984. When they released, 1983 actually, when they released Toto 4, that album, the album that was going to follow it was going to, not be, it would have to be, rated up, to that. So, anything that they would have put out, if it would have been worse, considering, as big of an album that, Toto 4 was, so. But this is a great follow-up to me, and it actually has Fergie Frederiksen on vocals, and he did 2 albums with him. He did this one and he did the album after this. And it's actually pretty solid, and a lot of people criticize that they're kind of going into that more commercial arena rock sound, which is true in a lot of ways, but they still do it in their own way, and it's still uniquely Toto. And I think it's a really good album, and I think it's pretty underrated, and I like it, So I have a few more like that, and then I'll show one more. Okay, and then I have When Seconds Count by Survivor, and it might be surprising that I like commercial 80s rock, but this is one of those bands that I actually really like. And the songwriting's always really solid with them. And this is an exceptionally good album. And, their lead singer had to leave, and they replaced him with Jimmy Jamison on the album before this, Vital Signs, and it did really well. And it kind of revitalized their career in a lot of ways. And then this album came out, and kind of does nothing really. It charted pretty well when it came out, but they only had one single on it, and it was a 9. I think it was their last top 10 hit, I think. But still, this album didn't do quite what they were expecting it to do, I don't think. And it's a great album though. It's really, really good. And actually, I kind of prefer it to Vital Signs. I feel like it's more of a solid album. Like, the songs are more cohesive. On Vital Signs, there's a couple of songs that kind of feel out of place to me. But this is a really solid album to me, and arena rock or commercial 80s rock album. And then we have The Outfield with Bangin'. This is their second album, the follow-up to their very successful debut album. What is it called? I can't even think of what it's called. But this is, not nearly as successful as the first. It only had one single that charted, I think, Since You've Been Gone. So, did not do quite as well as Play Deep is what it's called, the first album. But I actually quite enjoy this album still, and I think it's pretty underrated. It's still a good, solid album. And it's a little bit more, I think that this album takes a little bit more of a rock direction. It's a little more rock and roll oriented, so I kind of appreciate that too. So and the songwriting's still just as good, and the musicianship is better to me. It's kind of hiked, and the production's a lot better, and the drumming's better, and I really dig this album. Actually, it's really good, and I recommend if you're into kind of commercial '80s rock, that's a band that you should definitely be aware of. And then last but not least, I have a more recent album, and a lot of people it's kind of been contentious, I guess. There's been a lot of people really strongly for or strongly against, and I actually like this band a lot, and that's why I got the album by Greta Van Fleet, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. This is their first full-length album from it just came out 2018, but it's just it's a pretty good, solid rock album, and it's kind of like kind of a retro-y kind of sound. We're kind of bringing back that kind of classic rock sound. I also have the CD, of course. I had to get the CD to play in the car. And I mean, as much as I hear Led Zeppelin, I mean, that's the thing that everybody says. There's quite a lot of other 70s rock influence and just classic rock in general. I hear some Bad Company. There's some callbacks to Rush, there's all kinds of stuff like that, and I feel like this band is unfairly criticized for sounding too much like Led Zeppelin, when especially this album doesn't sound very much like Led Zeppelin at all. There's maybe 2 or 3 or 4 inspired songs, and then most of the album is very their own style and incorporating that 70s classic rock. So I definitely dug these albums, and I think the thing is that this is all stuff I like, and you might be surprised that I like a lot of this, but that's kind of the point of this video. It kind of seems like that's kind of where Dan was going with this video, and I thought I would just send my support his way, and for his channel, because he has a great channel. I love his channel. I've been following it probably since the inception. Because I don't know how many years it's been, but I was probably one of his first subscribers. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my contest response video. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. See you later. Bye.